please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
But let's stick with healthcare then. El-Toro FinServe, which is promoted by healthcare industry veteran Kapil Khandelwal, is raising its debut healthcare real estate fund. The fund will be investing in assets such as hospitals, diagnostic centers, rehab facilities and assisted living facilities in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. To discuss more about this, we have Kapil Khandelwal, the managing partner at El-Toro FinServe LLP, joining in on the show. Kapil, hi, thank you very much for joining in. So if you can just start by telling us how much you all have already raised, and are any of these funds deployed in any of the assets that I mentioned, diagnostics, hospitals, etc.?
Yes, good morning, Ekta, and I'm glad to be on the channel on a very historic moment with geopolitical risk on deceleration. We have got commitments of about $127 million. Our aim is to do our first close at $150 million. We are in the process of deploying and in discussion on term sheets. So once we have done our first close, we should be investing in 3 hospitals in Tier 1 cities.
Okay, can you give us a sense in terms of where these hospitals would be located? What ownership do these hospitals have? If you could just give us a sense in terms of the ownership structure post-deployment of funds.
Sure. So one of the hospitals that we are in talks with is a part of a chain of hospitals, and it's a listed company. I cannot divulge you the name at this point in time. We are talking to a large hospital in another Tier 1 city, which is a JCHO accredited and a center of excellence in cardiology. So these are a couple of hospitals that we are already in talks with and have issued term sheets.
You can't name them, can you? Kapil, morning.
At this point in time, I can't name them. There is confidentiality issues at this point in time, and I'm sure I'm going to come back on the channel and talk about the deals.
And how much are you investing total in the 3 of them?
So the total investment, quantum of investment at this point in time that we have issued term sheet is about 320 crores.
320 crores in total in all 3, essentially.
In two assets. The third one we are yet in talks and in fixing up the valuation.
Kapil, what is getting you so interested in this hospital/diagnostic space? Because there are a lot of regulatory headwinds that we are likely going to face in the Indian industry when it comes to price controls. What kind of value are you seeing within this space?
So let me address this issue in 2 ways. On the macro picture, India is, way short in terms of supply of healthcare infrastructure. We are, to reach the global level, we need 3 beds per 1,000 population, which means that we need to invest over $200 billion in healthcare assets. Now, coming to the point of about price controls, we welcome price controls so that there is equality in providing the healthcare services to the wider population. However, operators also have to kind of price in into their costs of delivering these services for some of the products that are under price control. It does not mean that it would impact their profitability adversely. There are ways in which healthcare industry can innovate and actually deliver services cheaper, better, and faster.
Just to go back to the source of funds, I'm reading that you have a commitment of about $110 million from 3 state governments. Is that correct, Kapil?
Yes, we are in talks with 3 state governments of India, healthcare being a state government subject. We are in talks with them, and at a very serious level. We believe that PPP as a vehicle has not succeeded. I was personally part of Ramados's PPP committee when he was the health minister, and it's been over 10 years, and we haven't seen any successful models coming out in PPP. What we have gone back to the state governments is telling them that you provide us the funding, we will work with the private sector, create infrastructure and bed capacity in your state, and return back the capital with adequate returns back to your state treasury, which is something which is working very well with them.
Okay.
So you basically take the money, set up facilities in that particular state, and then I mean, I guess you along with the private player manage it for some time. That is how it'll work.
So we are not going in with concessions on land and acquisition of land with the state government. It is going to be purely a private sector initiative. The state government benefits by having adequate bed capacity created in their state.
Okay, Kapil, just a quick last question then. You've been following this whole Fortis transaction, I understand, especially the RHT or the REIT which is listed in Singapore. What is your thought in terms of securing the assets? How important is it according to you?
So it's a good question. What we believed when RHT was formed way back in 2012 was that they set aside the assets into a trust and listed it on Singapore Stock Exchange, raised capital to pay off debt, and put the additional money that they raised in expansion. However, now they are reversing this whole transaction by buying back all the assets of RHT for about 4,600 crores. We believe, what Fortis is telling us is that it will improve their balance sheet, it will improve their profitability and valuation. And we don't buy in on all the 3 counts. First of all, for improving the balance sheet, to buy out all the assets, they need to infuse about 4,600 crores of money which they need to borrow. And that would itself increase their debt and debt equity ratio, and also have a servicing burden to the tune of 4,000 odd crores. And obviously, on one side of the balance sheet, you are having the assets of 4,600 crores. On the other side, you are writing off a liability of a similar amount. How does that improve your balance sheet? Then you are telling me that it's going to improve your profitability. Currently, RHT's payout from Fortis is about 360 crores, and the incremental debt burden is going to be close to about 4,000 crores. And there is a difference of about 60 crores. How does that improve your profitability? And just by changing hands, what we understand is going to improve the valuation by 6,000 crores. I don't buy that.
Okay, all right, Kapil.